So Alex, just a couple of things I wanted to show you with the roof. The first thing that stands out is you've got a lot of cracks through your pointing. Now, the reason that that's a problem is what happens is, say these ones here for example, the water's going to run off the side of the ridge cap and into those cracks. What that's doing is it's slowly loosening up the bedding as well, and you don't want that because once the bedding comes loose, these caps will actually come loose, and in a big storm they can just blow straight off your roof. So that's the first thing that stands out. The next thing is you've got quite a few broken tiles. I counted 16 all up. Now I'll just show you a few of those. Okay, so now what I would do is I would take the customer around and show them the broken tiles. So for the sake of this experiment, we won't do that. But just to explain, if they've got little cracked corners on the tiles, you pull it out and show the customer. You want to make a big deal of that because while to us 16 broken tiles doesn't sound like a lot, to a customer that's a big deal. We don't think it's a lot because we see roofs with 200, but to the average person 16 does sound like a lot, and we should hit that point because, well, it is a lot. One's too many, so 16 is definitely too many. So go around and just point out the broken tiles and then finish with, and this is the most important thing and how you sell a roof restoration. A lot of the guys, if you're struggling to get full roof restorations, you tend to be getting a lot of repoints. It's probably because you're not hitting this last point hard enough, and that's explaining how the coating's worn off the tiles and the porosity and how they get extra heavy. So I'll go back to the role play and have a look at how I do that. So Alex, and the other big thing I wanted to point out to you is the coating on the tiles has worn off. Just have a look at this. Now, that little bit of grey coming through, that's actually bare concrete. So what that means is the protective coatings in those spots there have worn off completely. Actually, look down there, it's even worse. So what that means is that the tiles are absorbing moisture. Now, it doesn't actually soak all the way through where it drips inside the ceiling, although that is possible, but in normal circumstances it doesn't do that. But what it does do is the water sits in the surface of the tiles in that top few mil, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you consider the entire roof, that's a lot of extra weight on the roof structure. And what that causes the roof to do is when it gets wet, it sinks, and when it dries out, it comes back up. So you get a lot of flex in the roof, and that, looping back to the first point I showed you, is why you get the cracks in the pointing. So a roof that's lost its protective coatings will actually move more than a roof that has been recoated. So that's why I would recommend definitely do something about that. So that's it, guys. The three main points you want to hit on a concrete tile roof is the cracks in the pointing, the broken tiles, and the fact that the protective coatings have worn off and the extra weight that adds to the roof. A fourth thing is if it's got loose ridge caps, that's beautiful, because then what you can do is you can actually pick up the caps and show them how they're loose, and then explain that the consequences of that means that in a big storm that they can actually blow off. In this situation with this roof, we didn't have that luxury, but probably up to about even up to 50% of the roofs you get on are going to have loose ridge caps, and you need to really hit that point. So that's how you do it, guys. Like I said at the start, creating the need is the most important part of selling roof restoration. So you must really have the customer acknowledge how much their roof needs to be done to be able to move them from essentially not even thinking about getting the roof to being at the point where they go, geez, I better get this done. So there you go, that's how you do it.